down, wait, never.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I just wanted to do like a little update video because even though I have been uploading for the past couple of weeks, they have been like past videos about when I went to Puerto Rico, so I haven't really talk to you guys or sit down. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but I hope that it has enough content so that you guys will want to stick around and want to watch the video. So let's just get into the little update. Anyway, I've been making a lot of faith-based content lately, and this might be like unfortunate for some people, especially like non-Christians, but I'm not gonna stop making faith-based content. There's no reason why I should try to hide or just not talk about it. So if it does make some people uncomfortable, you can go ahead and unsubscribe right now, because honestly it's not gonna stop. Now I will say that not every video is going to reference my faith, because there are certain videos like my previous video, which was my travel diary for Puerto Rico, that doesn't really mention my faith, but that doesn't make me any less Christian simply because I didn't make a faith-based video, if that makes sense. The second thing I wanted to mention was that my wedding date, I wanted to mention this because, as you guys know, we canceled the wedding, and I don't really want to get into detail about why. A lot of people were literally asking me why did we cancel, and not realizing that there is a pandemic still going on. But like, I get it, like people still are like, well, you can still do this. Just the way that I saw my wedding, I wasn't gonna be able to do it anyway. I wanted to reveal my wedding date with you guys because I did start doing Wedding Wednesday videos, but of course that stopped around the time that Corona started happening. A lot of things are happening, so I was just like, I'm gonna stop. The wedding's canceled. There's no point in me making Wedding Wednesday videos with a wedding that's not gonna happen. I don't know if it's gonna happen. We're just gonna roll with what is happening. My wedding date was August 12th of this year. So the reason why I chose that date is because I don't want to tell you the main reason why I chose that date, because then it takes away from the theme. It's still very important to me to not really discuss so many details about it, because even before I met Jose, this was still how the theme that I wanted for my wedding, regardless of who I was gonna marry. Not that it's a big secret, but it's just very important to me to kind of keep that to myself for now, because I still want to show you guys the big, if I still get married, if that's still in the plans for me, if God still has that for me to get married, or if the world ends before I get married, that's okay too. But if it's still in the cards for me, I still want that to be a big surprise to share with my viewers, so I don't want everyone to know. Okay, the air is gone, so you can hear me a lot better now. Another thing that I'm super excited about is that I'm learning ASL, and it's just so exciting. But I'm learning ASL. I wish that I started like a while ago. I would pick up bits and pieces of like ASL from like shows that I used to watch. I just actually started getting back into Switched at Birth, which is why I started getting interested in ASL. But a lot of things that people don't realize, that yes, ASL is a language that deaf people do speak. Thing that people tend to forget is that it is a language and it is its own culture. So it's the same way as learning any other language like Spanish or like French or any other language, and people tend to treat deaf people or tend to treat ASL like it's just a whole different type of thing, when in reality it has its own culture, it has its own language, it's its own thing. The same way that you would treat another foreigner who speaks a different language, you should treat someone who is also deaf the same way, and just try to learn their language and try to communicate with them. So I thought it was pretty interesting. It's also the third most popular language in America. I'm guessing English and Spanish are the first ones, but I thought that was really interesting, and I have taken Spanish in high school and college, so I figured this would be something that I can definitely learn. I do talk with my hands a lot, so I figured it would be a lot easier for me to like learn ASL. You never know, I could run into deaf people. Like, I just want to know like the language. As much as I know a little bit of Spanish and I can communicate with the people in my life, I want to know like more things. With that being said, as I go along, as I'm learning more signs, I will probably incorporate like closed captions in my videos. I'm not gonna do it for this video. I know that kind of defeats the purpose, I'm not gonna do it right away because it is gonna take extra work, and the closed captions that comes with YouTube already don't always match up to what you say. Like, you could say phone and it could like autocorrect to like foam or something else. But I am gonna do them by hand. I don't know what I'm gonna do it, but of course I'm gonna try to do closed captioning at some point as I'm learning more signs and getting used to sign language, because I do want to reach a broader audience, and it would be interesting to have people who are deaf to understand like my videos, and that would be pretty cool to like reach out to a different community. It just means so much to me to be able to reach, especially when it comes to my faith as well, just being able to reach out to a different community of people and spread the good news to that. The last thing that I'm super excited about, I know that in my Get Ready With Me, my last Get Ready With Me, which was a while ago, I don't want to revisit it because I talked about some things about religion in that video that I'm not super happy about. But I did mention how I was worried about my brother and how Corona affected my brother. If you guys didn't know or didn't see any of my videos, I have a younger brother. My brother's 21 and he is in the US Army. He was stationed out in South Korea for the past year, and because of Corona he was supposed to come back actually before my wedding, so I'm glad. I just want to, well, first off, I want to hop back to my wedding real quick because I didn't talk about how glad I am about the wedding. I'm happy that we didn't get to do the wedding this year because, one, my brother would not have been able to come with Corona delaying him coming back to the States, and two, it ended up raining that day and my wedding was mostly outside, so it wouldn't have worked out, and God was in my favor. But going back to my brother, yes, he's finally home in the States. He was in Korea for a year and now he's home in the States, and now my parents have also, they were supposed to move like next month or like October, I think, at the latest, down south, and now since Corona has delayed them moving, we're all gonna have Thanksgiving again this year, and I'm super excited, and I'm just hoping that nothing affects that, because this is gonna be the first Thanksgiving I think in like 2 years that we've all had Thanksgiving together with my brother, and I'm just super excited. I'm super happy that he's gonna be here. Now we haven't seen him yet since he's got back into the States, but he has made it in the States. Since he was in another country during Corona, he has to self-quarantine on base for a month, I think it is. I know that if you're within the States and you're just traveling within the States, you have to self-quarantine for 2 weeks, but if you're coming from another country, I guess it's a month or 4 weeks. So we're not going to see him for 4 weeks physically, but it's just so happy to know that he is back home in his home country and he's safe, and the only thing we have to worry about is the issues within our own country, because America right now is crazy. But that's all that I wanted to catch you guys up on for today's video. Just continuing to learn ASL and just continuing to just be happy, and I'm just so overjoyed with everything. But I just wanted to catch up with you guys, tell you guys what's going on, because there are a lot of interesting things happening. There's a couple business things that I'm going to be venturing into. I might possibly be going back to school, maybe not fully, but like taking some courses and stuff like that for certain things. There's just a lot of things that I've been like in the works of that you guys haven't really noticed, but there's a lot of things in the works that I'm super excited, and maybe next month I'll do another life update and we'll probably be further along in the things. But with all that being said, just remember, you are beautiful, you are worthy, you are loved. I love you, God loves you, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scouts.